readers, and welcome back to 60 Second Recs. My name is Christina, and for you today, I don't know who I am. I have another nonfiction for you, and this actually is the August pick for the Brown Bag Book Club. So without further ado, let me set 60 seconds on the clock. 60 seconds on the clock. Today's pick is The Wager by David Grann. If that author sounds familiar, you might have also read Killers of the Flower Moon, and if that book interested you, you might also find this one interesting as well, because the style, the study of a different topic is much delivered in the same manner, if that makes sense. We get that narrative nonfiction, so we go back to 1742 when this ship washes up with a few men who survived this wreck, and they tell their story of how they survived, and there's a shipwreck, and there's mutiny, and there's murder, and then a few other members of the ship wash up on shore, and they have a much different story than the first survivors that showed up. This, at its heart, is a tale of human behavior, survival, and really just an interesting focus. It went off for once. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go a couple seconds over because it surprised me. It's really an interesting study on human behavior, but also a really interesting focus on how naval ships were fitted during that era. There's one point in the story where they're talking about how people don't want to go back out to sea. So the British basically hired these gang members to go out and grab more bodies, like people who looked like fishermen or sailors or things like that, to then work on these ships and conscript them. However, some of the gang members also don't want to do it. I mean, like, they don't want to go out on the ships either, so they'll flee as well while they're supposed to be going and picking people up. So there's all of these different examples. The biggest Achilles heel to this book is that there is a large cast of characters. There's a lot of plague and scientific elements that at this time they didn't really understand what was going on. We're constantly churning over new characters as we get a new right hand, as we get a new captain, until eventually we're left with the crew that we're left with, and then they scrape against some rocks and get stuck on an island. So great on audiobook, fantastic on audiobook. Either you want to check this one out or you don't, and I will see you